Dale Earnhardt not only broke his collarbone, he dislocated his sternum. His sternum was sticking an inch out of his chest. But you know what? He went back out there and raced.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Hope everybody out there is enjoying the cutoff races at Daytona here this weekend and everything else. Man, I'm going to tell you, I'm not happy right now. I'm actually coming in here to record this instead of watching the race at this point, and I'm going to tell you why. Man, I support NASCAR so much, and I've had people that have questioned me in the past, like, oh, you do this because you say these things because NASCAR's paying you, and man, hell no. Here's the deal. I watched Connor Elliott get out of the car tonight, and it made me think back to a lot of things from the past. And the reason I'm going to bring this up right now is because I'm going to tell you, NASCAR hit me hard over the last couple weeks. And what I mean with this is I did a episode on Connor Elliott following the race at Watkins Glen. I never do an episode following the race, but I did because I was really concerned for the young man in so many ways. And NASCAR filed a claim against me for my episode because I had 3 5-second clips of parts of the race. And I disputed it. And in the end, I was demonetized for the episode. Again, I had to file a dispute. NASCAR took like 7 days to finally answer it. And they didn't like it. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I did differently than anybody else out here that covers racing and everything else, except giving a display at the bottom of the shoe, talking about some things that are reality instead of just going along with everybody else's narrative. But for whatever reason, yeah, that's what happened. So in the end, I had to take those 3 5-second clips out of the episode. Luckily, I was able to make it make sense, but that's what happened. And I don't know, man. I ain't cool with it. You're picking on a little guy. You're picking on a guy who just loves to talk racing, who's been involved in this sport probably longer than most of the people that are up there in the offices making decisions. I'm just going to leave it the hell alone. But here's the deal. There was a time when we had real people involved in racing. And I respect what Connor Elliott did tonight. As far as an athlete, probably the best decision. But this is what I just want to go to. The sport has changed so much, and it's nauseating in so many ways. Because you know what? Man, there was a time when people had balls in this sport, could stand up for this sport, could speak their mind, could do things, and weren't afraid of things. I actually just did an episode on Humpy Wheeler talking about these things, which nobody's seen, because you know why? Because it's being hidden, because ever since my dispute, my channels just went to shit. But anyways, again, I respect Connor Elliott for what he did tonight. As a young racer, good move. But I'm going to tell you what the old racers did. And I'm going to give you 3 examples of what people did in the day, because that's all the hell you knew. You knew to go race. That's all it was about. So I want to take a look at 3 different things, and I want to start out with this one right here, because this is Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt not only broke his collarbone, he dislocated his sternum. His sternum was sticking an inch out of his chest. But you know what? He went back out there and raced. And the crazy part about this is he suffered this at Talladega and went right back out there. And then he was going to go out and run a road course race with this going on. Could you imagine a belt, wearing the belts, all the physicality in a race car on a road course? But this dude said, nah, man, I'm going. This is what I do. I race. And he went out there and did it. And, what's crazy is NASCAR has a huge article about this. Let me just read this right here. Sitting in the motorhome at Watkins Glen International, along with Richard Childress and Teresa Earnhardt, Dr. Jerry Punch looked at a certain 7-time champion and delivered a message. Don't do it. But he did. That's what racers do. And I also want to, let's talk about Ricky Rudd for a minute. Let's talk about this. Take a look at this. That's a hell of a crash. That's a very, very, very bad crash. And, he wasn't missing a race. He taped his friggin' eyeballs open and went out there and raced. Because that's what racers do. And, man, I'm going to give you one other example. Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott broke his leg. This is back in 1985. I think it happened at Rockingham. But Bill broke his leg. His femur, the top part of his leg, was broken. And he went back out there and got in that damn race car. And won. He won. He won the Coca-Cola 500 race. I believe in Atlanta. With a broken leg. And we saw what happened with his son, Chase. I actually did an episode on this about Chase because I figured when he had his skiing accident, it was his tibia that was broken. You want to know how I know? Because I broke my damn leg racing. And it was my tibia. And I was down for 3 months. I had to actually learn how to walk again because I actually ended up fracturing my heel trying to do stuff too fast. But you know what? I missed 2 races of that season. This happened in 1985. I missed 2 races of that season in 1986 because they wouldn't let me race with a walking cast on. But I practiced. I ended up finishing second in the points. This is back in kart racing days. So to many, it don't matter. But, man, I'm just telling you, so much has changed. So much has changed for the sport, and I'm glad. I'm glad again for Connor. Really glad for Parker to get in that car. But I don't know what the hell is happening to this sport. And I'm going to say this for this much. When you pick on me and my show, I'm going to pick back. I'm going to be that guy that'll walk out there with a broken leg and do it. So I hope we reach a happy medium to be able to continue what I do because I will shut this shit down in a minute and do something else just to talk about racing. But anyways, hope you all having a great weekend out there. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.